Nürburgring, situated in the Eifel region of Germany, a magical region rich in culture, history, and home of the world-famous Nürburgring. This is the fourth stop of the FIA World Endurance Championship. The final stop on the European leg of the Tour has drawn in a record crowd of over 62,000 fans. This will be the first race in Germany since the rebirth of the World Endurance Championship, and it is the home event for both Audi and Porsche. Even the Toyota team is based in Cologne, just over an hour's drive away.
My last experience of this circuit, apart from the test of course, was in Formula 1 in 2007. And it was the infamous race where everyone ended up in the gravel trap and Lewis Hamilton was craned back onto the track. So it's a while ago, but it's amazing how it all comes flooding back.
So we're here at Nürburgring in Germany. It's a home race for Audi. It's a hugely important track for ourselves. It marks the halfway point of the WEC Championship, so still plenty up for grabs, and of course a home race. So plenty to play for. We'll be pushing hard throughout the weekend, and hopefully Audi can come away with a very strong result.
So here we are at the Nürburgring. The Nürburgring for everybody is a very legendary racetrack with the old Nordschleife here, and the Grand Prix track here is one of these motorsport temples, and I'm really glad we're here with our WEC cars now.
The Nürburgring itself is rich in motorsport history, dating back to 1927. The first 1,000-kilometer endurance race was held as part of the World Sports Car Championship in 1957.
So we actually race on the Grand Prix track at Nürburgring. We don't obviously use the old Nordschleife track, mainly for safety these days. This is where all the FIA rounds come to, but it's actually a very different track to what I expected, a lot different to what it looks on TV. Much narrower, which the narrow tracks becomes a little bit of an issue with the P1 cars, the GTs, and patience is going to be very important here.
The Nürburgring Grand Prix circuit was built for 1984 and extended to its current length of over 5 kilometers with the addition of the Mercedes area in 2001.
I've been pleasantly surprised to drive it here in the Audi R18. It's been a much nicer track than I anticipated from my previous experience. It's mainly made up of quite tight technical corners, second and third gear corners. There's not many fast corners, for instance like your Silverstone or a Spa, but it really challenges the driver because there's a lot of time won or lost in the slower corners.
As fans from all over Germany, Europe, and the rest of the world begin to filter into the facility, the 31 entries prepare for the main event. The main focus of this race will be the home team rivalry of Audi and Porsche up front.
Well, looking at the point standings, we're doing well as we're leading, but obviously a bit disappointed from Le Mans with the little problems we had. I think we had a shot at winning, but we didn't use our chances. We had a little problem with the engine cover, so that kind of ruined it for us. But nevertheless, it was not dramatic as we finished third, and we have good points for the championship.
In qualifying, Porsche was more than a second faster than the rest of the field, as Romain Dumas and Marc Lieb put the number 17 919 hybrid on the pole.
It was, I think, a great effort from Porsche to bring here the high downforce kit, and for sure compare 3 or 4 weeks ago when we tested here, the car is a lot better. We are a lot quicker, and concerning the qualify, Marc made a terrific start. Straight away he took the lead. So, and we pit together with the car 17. So I knew that Mark Webber after was in a car in front of me, and I just have to try to follow him.
Race day. Excitement builds as fans get up close and personal with their race heroes in the autograph session. The sun is shining and the mercury is rising. We are moments away from the start of the 6 hours of Nürburgring.
Great.
This is an extraordinary start to the race from the number 18 car.
Porsche picked up right where they left off after Le Mans, locking out the front row and taking off with the lead when the green flag dropped. The first full-course yellow was needed when the number 51 AF Corsa Ferrari, the GTE Pro Class and points leader, came to a halt on the racetrack. Things weren't going perfectly for the blistering fast Porsche squad early on, as the number 17 was forced to the pits early to repair the front bodywork. The sister number 18 took command, but things started to fall apart after the second hour. Due to excessive fuel consumption, they were forced to pit for a 5-second stop-and-go penalty. Then they were told to pit again.
That's a 30-second penalty for their second offence now.
And then a third time for a full minute. The disaster could have handed the race over to Audi had it not been for the speed of the Porsches. The number 17 was right there to pick up the baton and take over the lead. Another full-course yellow came after a rather odd incident. The rear wing of the Baikal's CLM entry fell off and needed to be retrieved. When the caution flags waved, the number 71 AF Corsa Ferrari slowed down, but the number 92 Team Manthey Porsche did not. The GTE Porsche slammed into the back of the Ferrari, causing a left rear tyre run. They did not pit, and on the restart, the two locked horns in a thrilling battle for position, involving plenty of contact until the number 71 was forced to pit for a puncture due to that damage. Back on the LMP1 side, the number 18 Porsche was back in fourth as a result of that triple penalty, but quickly ran down the Audis.
Okay, you're closing to 3 in front, you know what to do.
An enthralling fight for the podium ensued between Neil Yarny and the Audi pilots, De Grassi and Trellier.
He's going to have to try and ease round the outside, and you're going to run out of room there, Ben. Oh, there's determination there from the Frenchman, though. He's got it back. I don't believe it.
The Porsche was unable to take the position, but emerged on top after giving it a second go later in the race, giving the Porsche LMP1 team a 1-2 finish in the fourth round of 2015.
Mark, stay out. This is the final lap.
Mark Webber scored his first victory in the WEC since leaving his career in Formula One behind.
Keep going, go back out.
Joined by co-drivers Brendan Hartley and Timo Bernhardt.
Brendan and Timo drove really well and made it, a nice smooth day for us. It was nice. The 17 car ran smooth all day. 18 a phenomenal comeback with all the penalties they had, which we need to understand. Of course, the team were not deliberately burning fuel. It was just an issue somewhere. So, yeah, very good day. I think to get my first win with Porsche now is really nice, and put a huge amount of effort in the whole team to win on their home track. A lot of history here with Porsche, so a 1-2 at Nürburgring on 1,000 K is very special.
After racing the G-Drive teammates all day long, the KCMG trio of Nick Tandy, Matthew Howson and Richard Bradley were victorious in LMP2, extending their points lead. Porsche Team Manthey followed the lead of their LMP1 cousins and went 1-2 in the GTE Pro Class, with Michael Christensen and Richard Leeds. The SMP Racing Ferrari 458 took the win in the AM class, piloted by Victor Shatar, Andrea Bertolini and Alexei Basov. The WEC now heads to Austin for their only United States round of the championship at the Circuit of the Americas.